Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you all so much for being here for this important discussion. I do believe this is an important hearing, and as technology continues to evolve and new opportunities materialize, it's increasingly necessary that we keep our regulatory structure up to date while developing biotechnology in the most ethical way possible. This means coordination and communication between our researchers, their institutions, our government, and also among government agencies. Dr. Maxon, I wonder if I could address my first couple questions to you. You mentioned the Human Genome Project in your testimony, which for me has been an excellent example of the unique capabilities of the Department of Energy to bring to the table in computing, among other things. DOE basically had to start the project and prove the concept before NIH was able to take this up as a serious, cost-effective endeavor. How has the Human Genome Project benefited the non-human health biotech sectors? And also, is there a similar systematic sequencing project needed for agriculture or naturally occurring chemicals as well?
Thank you for your question. I apologize, I have a bit of a cold today. Your first question, Human Genome Project, how has it benefited the non-biotechnology? I assume you mean the non-biomedical world.
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, thank you for clarification. I think one thing that the Human Genome Sequencing Project did was democratize DNA sequencing. So laboratories everywhere, whether you're studying viruses or the plant microbiome, whatever it is, people now can sequence DNA very quickly as a consequence of the Human Genome Project, the Genome Sequencing Project. So I think that, in fact, I don't think it's overestimating it to say all of biology has benefited in that way. Anything that has DNA, if you can sequence DNA quickly and cheaply and in a democratic fashion, everything has benefited. So I think the magnitude of that can't be underscored. If you could remind me of your second question.
Yeah, second question was, as far as agriculture or other naturally occurring chemicals, is there a similar systematic sequencing project that we need or that we should focus?
A similar systematic sequencing project. Wow. I am not in a great position to answer that question. I think I would defer that to my agricultural colleagues.
Does anybody else have
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit being done in agricultural sequencing, if you will. In fact, NSF has a plant genome program that is actually very well funded to hear, and has been ongoing for a number of years. There's also a microbial genome sequencing program that just finished. So, and also independently, now that it's gotten so relatively inexpensive and available and doable in a rapid fashion, there's a great many agricultural-related genome sequencing projects going on now. Another area to be marketable in is bioinformatics and computation, because back when I was a student, you cloned a gene with your thesis. Now you go home, it's 25,000 genes, and you have to figure out what to deal with it. So there's a massive amount of data handling, but it is being done to the U.S.'s credit in support of those kinds of projects.
That's great. Thank you. I'm going to go back to Dr. Maxon, if that's all right. From your time at OSTP and now at the lab, surely you've seen the difficulties of getting agencies to work together, especially in getting them to leverage one another's resources, tools, and human expertise. It sounds to me like there is great potential if agencies would work more closely together in this space. For instance, if ag aggressively leveraged the synthetic biology and genomic capabilities of the national labs. I wonder, will this work, and what do you suggest? How do we, from your experience, how do we best work together?
Thank you for that question. I'm tremendously optimistic about this. I do think there's an incredible opportunity here. The potential is amazing. I was heartened to see the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology in December of 2012 released a report called Agricultural Preparedness. In that report, they recommended that the USDA work with the DOE and the NSF to set up new innovation ecosystem hubs for agriculture. I think an idea like that, where the DOE, that knows how to set up innovation hubs, working with USDA, could go a long way with NSF in making something like this happen. I was also heartened to see, not long after that report, that the USDA, in its budget, requested funds for a biomanufacturing institute. So I think we're very close, and I'm very optimistic. So I think it will work. It just might take a little bit more time.
Great. My time has almost expired. I will yield back my last 7 seconds. Thank you.